You get stale.
Popcorn?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
You forget about things like stale.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, stale popcorn.
Popcorn.
Pop.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
Hello and welcome to the Stale Popcorn Podcast. I'm Steven, and with me as always is my co-host Christopher. Chris, I don't care how you're doing.
Okay, that's what I want to hear.
What I do care is this episode, let me tell you. We got stuff and things we're going to talk about. We're on the clock, Christopher. Do you want to explain it to the folks?
Yeah, we got a quadruple header. We got movies, we got shows, we got hoes. We got all three of these things, and we are going to go now. But first, before we get into those, Steve, I did see one flick on the Mystery Monday. May I tell you a little bit about this?
Sure.
Dangerous Animals. You heard of this?
Never heard of it.
When you think of a dangerous animal, what are you thinking, Steve?
Oh, a tiger? Bears?
No, not that. Keep going. It swims.
Oh, a shark.
It's a shark. This is a horror film. And it takes place in the land down under.
Down under.
But instead of Crocodile Dundee, we got a Sharkadile Dundee. You got this Australian guy. He loves sharks and he loves feeding sharks human flesh.
Ooh. Is that how he gets rid of his bodies?
Well, they're still alive. He's one of them creeps. He pulls out the old VHS, records, and clips a little hair. This one, it's fine. It's kind of a little Shark Night 3D-ish. Better than that, but kind of that kind of a vibe, you know?
Sharknado-esque, would you say, or is it not that ridiculous?
It's not like ridiculous like that. But basically the plot is they're in Australia. There's this woman. She's American. She's going surfing. She gets kidnapped by this Australian man. She's trapped on the boat. And this ain't his first rodeo. He's done this 1, 2, 15, 20, 30, 45 times, I dare say.
Wow, yeah.
And this boy that she had just met the day before, he's quite in love with her, basically, and they kind of force a little love story between them. How is she going to escape off the boat? So it's kind of a typical horror. I did like the villain. I thought he was actually pretty good. You don't see a lot of Australian villains, I dare say.
Does she make it off the boat?
I can't spoil.
Even with the implication?
Yeah. She may or may not.
Okay.
But I think plot-wise, it's basically same old, so-so. They really try and force a love story, which no need. But I did like the villain, so I will give it. Do you want to explain your new rating system here, Steve?
Oh, yes. So, big news for the pod. It was cool to us, our rating system, but it was hard to explain to folks new coming, because we would get comments on YouTube and be like, what does this 2-minute standing ovation mean versus a 6-minute, like, where's the ceiling, where's the floor? And then I had to explain, well, actually, in The Shape of Water, Oscar, stood up for 22 minutes. So that's
Mud got a 21-minute standing ovation.
And then they're like, well, is it booing? You know, it was hard to explain. And so we have a new rating system, simple and concise, 4 ratings. It's good, I liked it, good, but I didn't like it, bad, and I liked it, or bad, I didn't like it.
Sure. I'm going to say this is good, I didn't like it.
Okay, that's fair.
But I do got a list of films I've seen for the month of May. We're wrapping up here.
I bet you do. Shoot.
12.
Oh, you madman. Where's John Hamm?
Number 12. Hurry Up Tomorrow.
Oh, surprising.
11. Until Dawn. 10. Shadow Force. 9. Dangerous Animals. 8. Clown in a Cornfield. 7. Lilo and Stitch. 6. Final Destination. Bloodlines. 5. Karate Kid. Legends. 4. Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning. 3. Fight or Flight. 2. Thunderbolts. 1. Friendship.
Oh, very interesting. Very curious. Okay.
How about you, Steve? You got a list? You want to throw it out? I'll check it twice. I'll snort it. I'll eat it. I'll do whatever you want.
Anything? Okay. I got half the number of yours. I saw 6 movies this month. From worst to best, it goes Lilo and Stitch, Fight or Flight, Mission Impossible, Thunderbolts, Karate Kid, and Friendship. We got so many courses, not one main course, not two main course, not three main course, but 4 main courses.
Oh, yes.
We got Last of Us, Lilo and Stitch, Bloody, Friendship, and Karate Kid. In that order.
Before we do this, I'm going to set a 10-minute timer just to keep us on track here, Steve.
Okay.
So as soon as I say go, that timer goes. If that clock rings, I don't care if you're in the middle of some awkward statement. We're moving on here.
Okay. I'm ready.
And timer begins. Last of Us, Season 2. What are your thoughts?
Not a great ending, as it gives just a fizzle of an ending. I got much more cons than pros. First of which, Ellie... Again, just real stupid. There's a part where she wants to save the syphilis knights.
Yeah.
And she's like, we got to save him. And I'm like, are you an actual moron? Are you this stupid? Or are you just... Because she doesn't know them from Bob.
No.
And you're going to be a dad soon, so you got to... You know what I mean?
I know. You want to do these things, but you just can't, Ellie.
Yeah, she wants to risk her life for some rando who would probably kill her if she saw her.
And going off of that, like 5 minutes later, they're about to go save Joel, or not Joel, Tommy. And she's like, like you were just about to risk it all for some kid here. Later in the episode, she's talking to Jesse, and Jesse's like, well, I know if something happened to me, you'd burn down the world to save me. And I'm like,
we just proved that she wouldn't.
She wouldn't go after Tommy. What are you talking about, buddy?
That conversation where they're over the Outlook looking at the windmill or whatever. She's like, you think you're right, Jesse, but you're not, and blah, 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 and community. I'm like, Jesse's speaking a lot of sense. Objectively, he's just right, because he's like, we have a community that we look out for, so you look out for your own. And she's like, those guys had a community. I'm like, well, we're not part of that community.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. I think this show should be called Level-Headed People versus Ellie. It's just not fun to watch when she's so stupid. Also, there's a part where she goes on an island. You remember she's riding the boat, and then she gets caught by the syphilis knights, and then nothing happens. So it's like a 6-minute detour.
I just imagine pitch meeting. All right, well, she's going to go on the island. They're going to string her up. They have her hung up. They're about to cut her. Oh, no, what's going to happen? Surely she's going to die super easy, barely an inconvenience. There's going to be a loud noise, and they're going to say, let her go.
Yeah, I hate that just so happens, That was just a stupid, pointless waste of time, because what did that accomplish or anything?
No point in that.
No point in that. Also, bad ending. It leaves you on a cliffhanger where Ellie does her best Punisher impression. Wait. And then it cuts to black, and I'm like, okay, that's a cool ending if they do it there. But then, again, they kind of kept forward, and they're like, all right.
Day one.
Yeah, this is from Abby's perspective. I'm like, no. Just start that in the next season. Why did you...
I think they just want to let you know that next season, don't get your hopes up. It's all going to be Abby, which I'm not looking forward to. I don't want a whole season on Abby. I mean, call me down or town, but I don't want that downtown Abby.
I'd rather watch Abby than Ellie.
Well, just the story. I just don't care too much about it. I'm not that excited.
Fair enough. Well, you got any pros?
Season and whole here.
Oh, okay.
That's wrapped up here. Overall cons, it's too slow. We already had season 1. Basically, the main character is Ellie here, and we got her. We had, 8 episodes last season. Why are we spending time doing this? And like all the new characters like Adina and a Jesse, it's like they're not really getting them much backstory. So no need for it to be this slow. It's a revenge story. And I want my revenge best served cold. I like a cool, hard revenge where you really hate the villain. I'm talking John Wick. We're talking Man on Fire, Sicario, The Crow. Maybe not The Crow, but maybe like I just like the vengeance and the no nonsense. These people are going to pay. You got a girlfriend? I'm going to find her. I'm going to hurt her.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like, we're talking about math and we're playing some Take on Me and joking. And that's right. We're in here to revenge Joel's killers.
I like stories where it's like anyone can die at any moment. Game of Thrones does that really well. But the reason that works is because there's like 40 characters that and like you've grown with. I mean, like Ned Stark, he dies at the beginning, but you have like, now I have a new favorite character. Everyone's favorite character was Joel, and there's no other character to hang on to. I mean, I like Jesse a bit, but it's just like, now he's dead. You don't have a good replacement. The relationship between Joel and Ellie, the foundation of the whole show, it's not there anymore. And so you have a crumbly new foundation that's not going to work. And I'm just not really looking forward to it because if it's anything like this season, I'll just be like, I don't know, man. It was slow, tiresome. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. First season was much better. So
yeah, some pros. No matter how like maybe boring or like not much happened on the episode, I was always looking forward to the next episode. So I mean that's got to count for something. You know, I was always, hey, I'm excited tonight, Last of Us. And I'd say best episode was episode 2, where you got the battle in the city and Joel's death. You got that scene where Abby's getting pinned against the fence with the zombies here. That was really good. I liked the scene. I think it was 2 episodes later where Ellie and Dina break in and they sneaking around and with the wolf. WLFers, if you will, and sneaking around. And I was like, oh, that's kind of spooky.
In addition to yours, I liked episode 2 and I liked episode 6 with the flashback of Joel. Quite enjoyed that. I liked seeing their relationship grow and then slowly crumble. That was good to see. I think the best compliment I can give this is that it looks amazing. Everything looks top notch. The zombies, the makeup, the set design, everything looks really, really good. So props to that. A lot of people are crapping on the biggest things, but let's shed some light on some pros, which are everyone looks good, everything looks good. So hats off to you guys.
So rating wise, what are you giving this?
Gosh dang it. I gotta say it's bad. I didn't like it.
I'm gonna say bad. I liked it. All right, resetting what's next here, Steve.
Next, we're talking Lilo and Stitch, the 2025 remake. If you've seen the old one, you know the story. It hits the beats, but I got plenty.
Not exactly.
I got plenty of cons, and I got some pros, but rating-wise, what would you give it, Chris?
Bad movie. I liked it.
I think I'd say the same, because I saw this with the family. It's a family movie, so like you can have a fun time. In my mind, this is just another blatant, soulless cash grab, let me tell you. They be grabbing this cash, Chris. Nom, 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 nom.
They're grabbing.
It made more money in 3 days than the entire run of Snow White. This will probably make $1 billion.
Well, I think it made more than the first Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, yeah.
In the first 3 days, too. It's packed. The theaters are still selling, man. It's been 10 years. I mean, I haven't seen the cartoon in forever. You see it recently? You familiar with the source material?
I'm very familiar. Yep. I actually watched it again after I watched the new one, just to compare. But go ahead with your thought.
My memory is like the main message from the cartoon is like Mahana means family. We got to do whatever it takes to keep this family together. We got to put others in front of ourselves, you know, be selfless. And then like this one, it's like it kind of does that.
I'll stop you there. It doesn't do that, Chris.
Well, it tries to, but then at the end, it's like, actually, family is good. But if you do get a scholarship to be a marine biologist, do that.
Do that instead.
And I think they say something like specific, like, yeah, put others first, but first put yourself first, because that's the most important. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, what's it about then?
Like, I get, obviously, you know, sometimes you got to think for yourself. Why would you change the message of the original message? Like, I think it's fine. You didn't really need to add that in there. Like the cartoon, it's like, oh, they're sisters. They don't always get along. And in this one, the same thing. And you could tell, like, she loves her, but you could also tell she doesn't really want her.
Yeah, she's not like, that broken up about
the CPS lady, she's like, well, sorry, you're going to have to give her up. And she's like, all right. Like, she didn't really put up much of a fight. And then even at the end, they're like, hey, actually, she's going to stay with your neighbors. And then she's like, no. No. And I'm like, what? Do you not care for this?
Yeah.
It seems like you don't care for her, man.
Yeah. To speak to that, the message of Ohana, meaning family, nobody gets left behind, they had some giant testicles, let me tell you, to undermine the entire premise, the entire theme of the movie. It blew my mind that they would tread in such dangerous waters, and I think most people are liking it, but they try to redeem it at the end where she's like, oh, you know, Nani's got a portal gun, and I'm like, no. That's not it. Because you've now established that not only can you not always use the portal gun because Cobra Bubbles is like, hey, what are you doing over there? So you tried a little bit, but it doesn't work. You still left your sister behind. Like, that's not forgivable. Also, the whole point of the family thing, everyone goes through some growth in the original. no one goes through growth here. Nobody learns a lesson, or if they do, it's the wrong lesson, i.e., leave your family behind. And
well, only for marine biology.
only marine
let's be
biology
clear.
in a different state. But anyway, they don't got colleges there in Hawaii. Give me a break.
Yeah. And then just to keep moving, since we got 5 minutes left here. Another main difference is in the cartoon, so you have the two little aliens looking for Stitch, and then you got the main villain that comes in and takes him at the end. I don't remember his name. He's not in this one at all.
Yeah.
So your main villain in this is the scientist one, who's played by Zach Galifianakis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like a huge Zach Galifianakis fan, but like he's funny. You had him play not a funny character.
Yeah.
And he's not like a good villain. They even like made a show. I don't know if you ever watched the show as a kid, but like they're like friends with him. And in the cartoon, they both help them save Lilo and Stitch at the end against the main villain, right? So, but this one, that for whatever reason, they're like, we're just going to make Zach the villain.
For some reason, yeah.
Which
is
didn't
stupid.
make sense. Is it that much more expensive to throw in another alien guy here?
I guess, yeah. To speak to that, there's so many small choices that they made that added up to it not being as good as the original. Like, getting rid of the main villain for one.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra Bubbles, he's...
Oh, yeah.
That his whole character is different for the worse. And it's also weird. The first, 20 minutes, it's like watching a movie on fast forward. Like, the editor was on crack or something. Because they're like, all right, we have to hit these beats because the old one was like this. It's like made for a TikTok audience where you're just like, okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. This movie is all about the destination and not the journey. Because we have to tell these things and then we have to harp on the most important thing, which is leave your family behind.
Yep, leave for marine biology.
Yeah, give me a break.
And one more con for me. We got 30 minutes. I feel like Stitch talked too much in this. Because in the cartoon, he basically says, Mahana means family.
No, he talks a lot in the cartoon.
Oh,
he talked way more in the cartoon. Sorry.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I asked my wife, and she's a Disney nut.
Mm.
And she said he talked more in this, and that's what I thought. But if you say so. But pros, she hated this movie because she's a big fan of the cartoon. And so she is more on it ruined the whole thing. And I get that. But overall, I still liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Kept me interested throughout. There was a few emotional tug on the heartstring. I like the idea with the CPS taking the kids. It's something, it was obviously in the original, but something you don't really see in kids' movies. I'm like, this is a different dynamic here.
My pros, I said Stitch was good. Yeah, I think if you had a choice between this one and the old one it's so much more concise, refreshing. It does more with less. And it's a lot shorter, better, funner, filled with so much personality. Nobody in this one has personality. Nobody is fun. Nobody's fun to look at. Nobody does anything. I don't like it. Get it out of my face. I'm sorry. I know it's a kid's movie. Actually, it's not a kid's movie. It's a family movie, and I'm a family. Gosh dang it.
I did like that one game night, the happy alien guy. I thought he did pretty good, actually, acting like a fun alien. I thought he was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got... Let's do Karate Kid.
Okay.
10-minute timer going now.
Karate Kid, legends. Welcome, Jackie Chan, Macho. Let me tell you what, man.
He can say that because he may or may not be Asian.
Yes.
Before you get mad at him.
Yeah, don't get mad at me. Anyway, I think this one was a really weird movie in the franchise. There's a lot of good parts to it, and I'd say it's good. I liked it. Short answer. What do you think?
I said bad movie. I liked it.
Okay.
I'd never seen the Karate Kids until this week.
You got no nostalgia. Yeah.
We put it on the first one. I was like, hey, that's actually pretty good. Because you know my rule. If it's older than me, I don't like the movie if I never grew up on it. And Karate Kid, it's older than me.
Okay.
But pleasantly surprised, hey, this is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then we watched Karate Kid 2. You seen these?
Oh, yeah.
I hated that one. I was
Second
all right, this
good,
sucks. Yeah. Third one sucked.
Mm-hmm.
We throw on the Jaden one. That one sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I just came in with low expectations.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I was like, hey, that's better than I thought it would be. I was like, I'm sure it's because I didn't grow up and have nostalgia, but this was my favorite out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I thought, obviously action looked a lot better. Plot was more entertaining to me. And they gave me a cute little headband at the theater.
Ooh.
You get one of those?
I didn't get one, no.
Oh, I put it on. They call me Sensei Chris now.
Oh, Shifu Chris.
But some cons. Let me con you up here. When they first show the dad at the pizza parlor and they're talking, I don't whatever reason. I was just like, this is bad acting, right? Am I crazy or is
No, you're not wrong.
I was like, is this It seemed like
CW
you
acting.
took some kids from like a local like community college and you're like, all right, you're doing a scene, you're a pizza guy in New York. And it's like, hey, thin crust, go to New Jersey, gotta drive 3 miles, kill yourself, jump off the bridge.
Yeah, I'm walking here with this New York sliced pizza. Did you recognize that actor?
The dad?
Yeah.
Karate Kid 3? Who
Mighty
are we
Ducks.
talking? Ah.
The kid from Mighty Ducks, yeah.
Another thing, in the Jackie Chan one, I don't know if you're familiar with the plots in most of them, because I'm very familiar because I just seen them all.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one, you know, the story Karate Kid, and then they do the Jackie Chan one where it's Jaden Smith, but he's in China, but it's literally like the same story, but it's like instead of Miyagi, it's Jackie Chan. And instead of Daniel-san, it's Jamal-san, you know. But it's like literally the same thing. Like, oh, he gets beat up here. He's got the girl and all this, which makes sense because like, oh, it's like a remake. But then they do this one where it's like, oh, it's the same universe because obviously Daniel-san's going to show up and you got Jackie Chan here. So I'm like, what are the odds in the same universe that the same exact thing will happen twice? Jackie Chan, he knows Kung Fu. Daniel-san, he knows Karate. And they're doing a karate tournament. So they're like, well, he can't do his Kung Fu here. We got to do karate. So we got to bring in Daniel-san. But I'm like, why can't you do Kung Fu? It's fighting. Like, wouldn't that give you a step up? You're like, oh, these people are used to fighting karate. Then you got that left-handed pitcher with the underhand throw. And then also, it was kind of fun for a little bit when it's like Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, they're like disagreeing on like, oh, you should do it this way and that. And I'm like, all right, kind of fun. But it's like they keep doing it. I'm like, why did you invite the man here if you're just going to bloody disagree with everything he says?
It's almost as if the script made you invite Ralph back.
It's kind of like those Jurassic World movies where like, we need Jeff Goldblum, we need Dr. Grant.
Yeah.
We'll get him in the script and ChatGPT. How are we going to get Ralph Macchio over here? You know, and then like, oh, super easy. Barely. We'll have Jackie Chan knows his grandpa or something.
Yeah.
And then also they get a $50K prize fight. Where are they getting this money? It's not like they're on ESPN fighting. It's like there's like 20 people in the audience and they're like doing it in the back alley streets. But I guess they could somehow afford like a jumbotron on a skyscraper with instant replay.
Is a Kickstarter,
I guess. And yeah, the plot's pretty silly. It's like, oh, the dad pizza guy, he used to be a real good fighter as like an 18-year-old, and he's a legend around the city. They're going to pay him money to fight again? I'm like, all right. Sorry, you go. I took up a lot of time.
You're good.
You got any other cons?
I got a lot, but
right,
so
go for it.
The tournament almost seemed like not an afterthought, but like it was rushed very much so. They were like, all right, round one, blah, 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 and it's kind of like a video game. Didn't care for that. All leading up to the finale was like really rushed because it's almost two stories where you got the Lee kid who's training the old man. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. That's like a whole story in and of itself. And then you have to do, oh yeah, we're in a Karate Kid movie. So let's get Ralph back. Let's get Jackie back and then do the Karate Kid. And my favorite part of the movie was actually when Lee was explaining to Ralph his situation. He's like, yeah, I'm getting real bullied by this kid. He's really into this dojo that's really aggressive and mean. And Ralph looks at me and he's like, are you kidding me? It's like, that exact thing.
Wow, what are the odds?
What are the odds? You know, if it would have stuck with one story, maybe it would have been better. But I get that you have to have the tournament. So maybe get rid of the old man pizza whole subplot because I kind of bogged down. It did seem like really random to have those two kind of conflicting fights together, and I was like, oh, he's an expert in 11 days, sure, we'll suspend disbelief. But some pros, I really liked the fighting was really good, top notch. The kid Lee, he was cool, man. He is way cooler than the other protagonists we've had in the Karate Kid movies. He's smooth. He's got the Riz dialed up to 11, as the kids would say. Yeah, just picking up chicks like it's nothing, and I was like, this is a cool kid to be around. He really learns, and he gets his butt kicked several times, but then he learns, and I think that's really fun to watch. And the end fight was really cool. They got to double up and be bigger than the last one, so he does a dragon kick this time.
Oh, yes.
As opposed to a crane kick.
The fight's definitely better, like the end fight. Because all the other ones, like 3 points. And then it's just like...
Like
this one, it seemed like more continuous, like Dragon Ball's like, kick,
Yeah.
punch. Which
Yeah.
sometimes they'd stop it, and then sometimes they wouldn't. And they're like, oh, you kick him in the chest, you get 1 point. In the face, it's 2. And then I'd see it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you just got kicked in the chest 6 times.
Yeah.
But they're like, 1 point. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever.
Yeah, I do kind of wish they would have expanded on that villain a little bit, because he was a douchebag, but maybe twist it a little bit more to make you hate him a little bit more and get rid of that old
He
man
kind of
subplot.
just turns on a dime here. He's literally gonna fight him, and then as soon as he gets pinned, he's like, he gets so scared. I'm like, you just fought all these people. Why are you so scared to take a hit here?
Yeah.
Real quick, I like the scene where he's like, you don't know my mom, and he's like, did she hit you? And he got the little black guy. My theater laughed at that part. The tutor guy.
Yeah.
I like the part where Jackie and Ralph Macchio are like, oh no, you would do it this way. And then they beat him, and then he gets up and they do it again, and they keep just kicking him down.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. We were having fun with that. It was my favorite Karate Kid. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
All right, 30 seconds. The floor is yours, Steve.
I liked it a lot. Best Karate Kid movie, probably. I wish there was more Ralph Macchio. I thought it was very convenient that he was just able to financially leave his kids and everything. And even though his wife would be like, where are you going? I'm going to fly cross country for a kid I never met. I'm going to stay with him for 10 days. Trust me, everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think you need to go see it in theaters, but catch it on streaming if you like the Karate Kid movies. Watashi o Marikata Sagu.
Sayonara. 3 seconds to spare.
Ooh, nice.
All right, we're on our last one here.
Okay.
Friendship. 10-minute timer. Go.
Friendship is an A24 movie starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. And the story's about Tim Robinson, and he gets a new neighbor, Paul Rudd, and it's about how they become friends, but the friendship turns a little sour for a number of reasons. And short answer, we already said it's our favorite movie of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. If you like I Think You Should Leave, if you like that kind of weird, awkward, makes you uncomfortable watching weird social interactions, this is for you. It's like a extended I Think You Should Leave skit in the best way possible. It's the funniest movie I've seen in a very long time, where I didn't feel ashamed at laughing out loud because the people around me were in the same camp.
Yeah.
You know? So it was a really fun theater watch because people were like, oh, this is funny. I can laugh out loud, even though it's weird, It's not for everyone. I think cons, I wished it would have gotten a little weirder with it, this is a very minor. It does not break the movie for me, but it kind of felt like Tim wanted to get weird and, do some weird improv kind of stuff, but the director and studio kind of reeled him back a little bit, I feel. There are some parts where it gets weird, but I'm like, maybe I was just looking forward to more the weird, I Think You Should Leave kind of skits. And that's really the only con I had.
This isn't a con for me because, obviously I like Tim and I Think You Should Leave. But I think if you don't like those, you probably wouldn't like this. I'm curious. My wife hasn't seen it. She's going to go watch it tomorrow. But I've tried to show her a few of his skits, and she's just like staring at it blank face. Yeah. Like, is this funny? Like,
it's a
why do you
love it or
like
hate
this?
It. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's funny. He's on a zip line.
Yeah.
He's putting the eggs in the mouth here. He's playing the egg game. It's just what?
Yeah.
Maybe if you would like it, but you haven't seen it and you don't understand like his humor, you get in there and you're watching it and you might just think it's like chaotic and absurd. Mm-hmm. It's like when you start a show, like if you're watching The Office, like if we were to watch The Office season 1, we'd think it's funny because we know the characters, we understand how weird they are. But it's like if you just watch it in blind, you'd probably be like, why do people love this? Like it's not as funny. Mm-hmm. So I could see it being like that. But some pros, again, like you said, I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
My theater, there wasn't that many people, but everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
Maybe the biggest pop is when Connor shows up. It was better than any Marvel cameo, if you ask me. He shows up and I was like, hey.
Connor O'Malley.
And what is he? He's like, we should stay in Afghanistan.
Yeah. So if I could speak to that part, it's so funny because it's at a part where Tim is at a really low point and he's just, lost all of his friends. Connor O'Malley comes in and he's like, hey, man, cool drum set. And they start hitting it off and talking to each other. And then the second, Connor O'Malley's like, you're a jerk. Like, you suck, man. And then it starts into a screaming match where you think for a second Tim's like, oh, he's found friendship here. Like,
I got a friend.
Yeah. And then it's like, nope, you're an idiot. It's very funny. Very pulls out the rug from under you. The best way I could describe this movie is, you've heard the phrase like, it's so-and-so's world, we just live in it. Mm-hmm. This movie it's our world and Tim just lives in it. Because he is so detached from reality or like anything that's stable, or it borders on like, is this guy all there but it's like, I can't tell if he's socially awkward or if he's insane. And I think that's what the beauty of it is. And I think only Tim Robinson could play this role. There's nothing good about him as a character. Like, he's selfish, he's stupid, like...
He's a narcissist.
He's a villain in his own story. It has no redeeming qualities. And it begs the question, like, how did he get this far in life being the way he is? Because he's got, a beautiful wife, a good job. And the inciting incident is when he starts making friends with Paul Rudd. And then, like, parts of him kind of start to come out a little bit, maybe his true self. And so I think it, like, has a fun little cute message where it's like the people you let into your life can change you in certain ways or bring, yourself in a different light. Yeah, I just thought that whole thing was really good. Paul Rudd, it could have been played by anyone. He was all right. But the main star, Tim Robinson, fantastic throughout the whole thing.
It felt like they made a serious movie. Like it's because it's like The Cable Guy. You ever see that?
Yeah,
Jim Carrey? Or like it's the standard neighbor stalker, maybe like a little Nightcrawler-y. Like, but then it seemed like the main character, maybe it was Jake Gyllenhaal, and then they're like, oh, actually he can't do it, and they're like, well, we got Tim Robinson, and he's in it, and then he's just like, well, we could make this scene will be funny if at the last scene, we have the standoff with a gun, and we'll say that guy's name's Jimp.
Yeah.
Jump. It's just like some things like that where it's just like, oh, this is serious. Like you feel bad, and then it's like something like that'll happen.
I think my favorite bit, the funniest bit, was when he is first meeting with Paul Rudd's friends, and then he does something, I can't remember what, and he's like, oh, I know what I need to do.
I know what I need to do.
Grabs some soap and eats it. And like, you can tell in the theater, like the girlfriends who were forced to be there, you could hear their necks turn to their boyfriends and be like, what have you brought me to? Like, what is this? But I was like laughing out loud. Like I don't usually do in movies because I was like, this is great. Yeah. I love this, Oh,
that was a great bit. I liked when he does his little acid trip and he's at Subway and he gets his sandwich and he wakes up like, oh, you must have been gone for weeks. I went to Subway.
I got a sandwich.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like, because he's like, how long were you out for months or whatever? I thought like that was going to be part of his acid trip. And I was like, okay, at the end, it's going to show him back in the cupboard. Nope, that's how the movie ends.
That's what I was thinking at the end.
I was like, that's great.
When the cops show up and they're like, you're the only one living here? Oh, my wife. Where is she? She's in the sewers.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's good and I liked it. If you listen to this, you like this kind of thing, you should leave comedy, then yeah, check it out in theaters, get some support going because it's a smaller movie, limited theater release. So go see it in theaters, I'd say. If you're sick of the old, normal stuff and you want some new kind of laughs, if we already spoiled it for you, sorry. But yeah. Well, Chris, I think we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
We got through a lot, man. And
I know.
If you guys are still listening, thanks so much. Tell us if you've seen these movies, how did you like them? If you saw movies in May, show us your rankings. Comment below. We're on a bunch of different stuff. Bloody, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Farmers Only, Asian People Meet.
Crazy Rich Asians.
AOL,
we got
yep.
Taiwanese
Tinder.
Yes. If you like the fast format, 10 minutes, let us know how you like it. Maybe we try something like this in the future, but that's all I got. Thanks for listening. Have a good week. Bye.
This is the
Stale popcorn.
popcorn.
So, theater experience. I was at the theater and go to the bathroom right before my movie. I walk in and there's an old man, not like so old that you're like, is this guy senile? He's probably like in his 60s. He's like 5 feet away from the urinal, pants like 4 inches down from his waist, and he's got his shirt untucked in his mouth. Just member flying everywhere. And he's trying to do his belt. It's like he's attacked by a ghost or something. I was like, sir, I just walked out because I was like, this must be a mistake. I shouldn't be here. But yeah, it's a good thing I didn't see him later in the theater.